Hi, it's Colette. Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new, thank you for having a look, and I hope you will stay and maybe subscribe. And for you Goldie Oldies, welcome back. And today I wanted to do something just a bit mad off the top of my head. I was thinking, sometimes on Facebook I post things about the Zodiac Signs and how they are with certain things or whatever, and I thought I would have a wee go myself today, just off the top of my head, so bear with me. Today I thought we'd do the astrological signs and how they are as friends for us. And yeah, so if you recognise yourself, great. If you've got a friend that's one of these signs, then or has the properties of the signs, or then put it in the comments below. But remember, it's just a wee bit of fun, and it's just off the top of my head. So let's see. So friends, what a friend is like if they are certain signs of the zodiac. So we'll start with the first sign, which is Aries, the Ram. And one thing about friends that are Aries is they are so loyal. It's unbelievable. They will be loyal to you over years and millennium if the friendship is good and strong. And the loyalty can sometimes be a bit mad, particularly if friendships are sort of outgrowing where you are in life. You know, if you've got a friendship with an Aries, you'll find that they probably don't want to let go, and they'll only let go when they feel that someone has snubbed them, or someone isn't giving them the respect or the loyalty that they feel that they give to the friend themselves. So it's a very loyal sign, but they also do expect that loyalty back. And with an Aries, if you're dropped, and it won't go back on again. So there's a high degree of loyalty, but only up to a point. Once it's gone, it's gone. But yeah, Aries people as friends can be very good at helping us move forward with our lives. They always want to get you through something. They always want to start with you. And they might not finish with you. They might not go the whole way with you, but they're the ones that certainly, if you're going through things, will try and push forward just to get you going, and can bring a degree of cheer and madness in there as well. So yes, Aries can make a very loyal friend. Watch out for their bouts of temper though, and they get annoyed at things, but you could help balance that out, because no one's perfect, are they? So if we move on to Taurus, Taurus is a friend will make sure that you're never without food, never without clothes on your back, and never without someone to talk to, because they love all those three things: talking, clothes, and food, and drink as well, up to a point. A Taurian friend being, you know, a very practical earth sign, tends to be there in the background, kind of very dependable. Not maybe as loyal as Aries, but dependable in that, you know, if you need them for help, they'll be there. But equally, they'll be there for a night out, or to be there and enjoy the good things in life. The one thing you'll find that they're not very good at saying, coming up with the idea, saying, right, oh, should we go on holiday, or should we go to see this or whatever. Taurians tend to hold back and then see what other people want to do, and then they'll join in. But when they join in, they're incredible fun. Incredible fun. I'm kind of surrounded by Taurians a lot, and as I say, people think with the sign of the bull that they can be kind of noisy and in your face, but they're actually quite shy people until they get to know you, and then when they do, all hell's let loose, because they're just a real fun sign. So if you have a Taurian friend, you'll know that they're practical, dependable, and a lot of fun once they get to know you well enough, but maybe not at the start. They'll maybe just come over as shy, or maybe a wee bit aloof, but they're not like that once they once they know you. So we've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Gemini as friends, oh my God, you'll never be stuck for laughter, for something to do, for conversation, for gossip, for what's new coming out, what is on Netflix. They're always people that know and are sort of ahead of the game. They very much love communication. They love to party. Yes, they have quite a quiet side as well, but they tend to, it's like they're extroverted, no, they're introverted extroverts. So you'll get the extrovert part of them, and that's the fun side, that's the keeping going, that's like, where are we going? The introverted side is when you just don't hear from them from a wee while, because they do like to party and they do like to enjoy themselves. But after a while, that quiet twin, the introverted one, kicks in, and they kind of go to ground a wee bit. So if you've got a Gemini friend, it's important to know that and not think that they don't like you anymore or they're not in touch. Probably actually you'll not notice it, because it doesn't take them very long to actually recharge and come back for action. So if you're, say, a Taurian that's kind of plodding along waiting on that friendship, you'll find they'll have done their stuff, gone, recharged, and they're back maybe before you even notice it. So Gemini friends are a lot of fun, and there's always good, fun, humorous conversation on the go as well. So if we look at Cancer, Cancerians, again, quite hard to get to know. They've wee soft hearts, but they cover them with a bit of a hard shell. And some people initially will look at a Cancerian and think something about them that's really nice, but I can't quite get to them. So again, you need to be persistent if you're going to have a Cancerian as a friend, because they will need to feel very secure with you before they actually open up to you. They'll need to feel as though they can trust you with their life. Otherwise, you'll always be an acquaintance, but you will never be a friend. So remember that. You really have to prove yourself a wee bit. When the Cancerians open their wee shell and let you see their wee soft centre, it's one of the loveliest things, particularly in a man and a male friend, because they come over as slightly aloof or shy, but once you get to know their soft hearts, they are the most giving people, and they would do anything for you. They really would. And also Cancerians tend to have lovely homes, so you'll always have a place to go and enjoy a wee coffee or a glass of wine in nice surroundings. They love their homes. So Cancerian, they do make very good friends, but you have to be patient with them. Virgo as a friend, oh no, sorry, Cancerian. Leo, dropped a sign there. Leo. Leos are very strong-willed friends in that if they want you as a friend, they'll go out to get you as a friend, and they'll not stop pestering you until you are their friend. And it can be quite fascinating. Watch a Leo think, I would like that person as a friend, and then watch how they don't manipulate, but they do go out of their way to show their best side, to show the good things that could come with a friendship. They may give really nice presents. They may just be there with a strength and a power that is very, very appealing. Leos make really fantastic friends. The only thing is that sometimes if the friendship if they're not getting a kind of reward back, they start to get a wee bit miffed. It's like, I'm giving you this of my life, I'm giving you my attention, I'm giving you, my affection. Why are you not giving me it back? So if you're not a very open or a person that's happy showing your affection or giving hugs, then Leo might not be the best friends for you, because they will, whatever they give, they will demand back, and not in a selfish way. I don't mean that, although they can be a wee bit selfish, but they're mainly just, they are willing to give and give and give and support and support. So they expect that back. And if you can't do that, then you'll find that they'll be disappointed in you, but you'll also be quite disappointed in you as well, and you'll not know why. So Leo is, how did I say, it's quite high maintenance friendship, but well worth it, because believe me, whatever you give to them, you'll get back threefold. That also includes if you have a row, they definitely will give back threefold. But yeah, Leos are nicest friends. So if we move on to Virgo. Virgo, our sign, is brilliant friend to have. Again, like Taurians, they're very, very practical, and they will help you out in any way they can. The problem is that you've got to understand with a Virgo, they'll tend to help you in a practical way rather than maybe necessarily give you a cuddle right away. Or any time really. Virgos like to be very proactive. If you've got a friendship and you've got a problem, they will as good as make it into a list. Tick, 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 this is what you can do, this is how I can help you. And a lot of the time, what Virgos don't realise is people don't need fixed. If you want a friendship, you want someone maybe to chat. It's like sometimes it's like the difference between men and women at times. If I have a problem and I talk to, say, my husband about it, he'll immediately try and fix it. Whereas if I talk to my wee sis or my girlfriends, they'll go, oh yeah, oh God, that's a shame, all right. And what they're offering is just we'll help if we can, but they're basically saying, talk to me, it's okay, communicate, get it off your chest, excuse me. And Virgos are very much like the almost masculine approach, in that they'll try to be very practical and help you out. So sometimes you could find that they're trying to sort you when all you need is a hug or a cuddle. Now, the good thing about Virgo is if you kind of are very quite direct with them and say, don't try and sort this for me, but could you just sit and listen or just be with me just now, then they'll kind of they'll be a wee bit taken aback, but then they'll go, oh, okay, and they'll do what you really need from them. They can just be a very straightforward, stubborn sign that initially thinks, I know what's best, I can help, I can get this sorted. But when they realise that's not what you need, and sometimes it means that you're telling them that, but once they get that and take it on board, they're quite happy to give you what you need in the way that you need it. So Virgos make very, very good friends, and very supportive, and also quite classy friends as well. They tend to like nice things and to be presented well, and generally they make quite classy friends. So I do like Virgos as friends. If we move on to Libra. Libra as a friend can be a difficult one because, it's all this thing about, Libra is the scales, it's the balance, and they have a balanced approach. Certainly they do where thinking is concerned and maybe business, etc. But emotionally, it doesn't take much to put a Libra out of balance. And then they spend a lot of time trying to get back into balance. So just remember, when you meet a Libra friend, they might be more unhinged than you know. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but they're good at putting on faces, and they're good about, showing that on the surface they look very, very balanced and they've got everything under control. But when emotional things hit, they tend to be very out of balance, and they struggle to get themselves back in it. So what I would say to you as a friend, if you want to be friends with a Libra, you need to be quite go with the flow type, because that's what they'll need of you. They're quite mercurial, and they do need to be accepted in whatever way they need to be accepted. So that can make it quite a hard friendship at times, because you're not quite sure at any one time what they need of you. but they still make very good loyal friends as well. Libra's an odd one. Again, I've had quite a few Libra friends, but at times they're very, very happy and full on, and at other times they're way pulled into themselves, and you just don't have access. So they make good friends when they commit to you, but they can be very frustrating friends as well. So if you look at Scorpio is a sign, believe it or not, they make very, very good friends. Yes, there's all this, revenge and the depth and everything, but they don't commit to a friendship until they feel ready. So they'll happily stay as acquaintances for a while. And then when they feel ready, they'll allow the friendship to go to a deeper level. And at that deeper level, you'll find that they've got an understanding of you. They know who you are. They know what to do around you. And the thing about Scorpio is quite good in that, although it's quite a deep sign, they don't expect too much in return, to be honest. In my experience with my Scorpios, they've been very, very happy to give a lot. And all they need in return is some sort of affirmation that you are their friend, or a hug or a cuddle. And they really like to make you feel comfortable. They always give very well thought out gifts. They always seem to know when you need them, but only after they've decided to commit. So if you've got an acquaintance that's a Scorpio, don't rule them out as a friend, because it could be just that they're taking their time to actually commit to the friendship, because all of Scorpio's friendships are committed ones. And yes, they should be committed as well, but no, they're very committed. They either have acquaintances or real solid friendships, and not a lot in the middle. So Sagittarius is a great sign if you want fun, if you want to go on a roller coaster, if you want to be in the great outdoors, if you want someone that you can have adventures and lots of laughter. And even a good pal for the gym. They're very, very good. The problem is they're very independent, and they don't necessarily need friends. We all need friends, but with a Sagittarius, they come with almost their own friend, and their own friend is themselves. A lot of Sagittarius are quite happy in their own company, quite happy to go and do things on their own. So you should be very sort of happy if you're friends with a Sagittarius, because they won't necessarily need you as a friend, they will want you as a friend, and because of that they'll treat you quite well. Again, just you have to realise that the Sagittarius, a wee bit like the Gemini, might disappear. They could be full on for weeks and months on end, and then you'll not hear from them for weeks and months, and it's simply because they're doing their own thing and they're being friends with their best friend, who actually is their self. But still can make a really good friendship if you're aware of that, and they definitely will. They will take you places that you've never been before. So if we look at Capricorn, Capricorn is very, very tenacious, very, very almost calculating with their friends, but this isn't in a bad way, because again, a Capricorn won't commit until they're very sure that they're in the same wavelength as you. And what I mean by that is Capricorns tend to have similar types of friends to what they need. So they'll maybe have one good friend in work, and one good friend that's maybe associated with family, one good friend, at the school, or one good friend in a spiritual organisation or whatever. And those friends may never ever come together, because Capricorn is made sure that it's almost like they know that they can't have everything in one person. And they're not going to try and make that happen, because they know they're very understanding that life can only give you X amount. So they'll look at life and they'll think, well, I can't have it all in one person. So that's my friend there, that's my friend there, that's my friend there. And if all those friends got together with the Capricorn, they probably wouldn't like one another, because they all see different facets of the Capricorn and they're different people. But I admire Capricorn with that, because they tend to keep their friends in compartments. But in doing that, they have tremendous friendships. Because if you've got a friendship, say you're a gamer, and one of your best friends is a gamer, and the two of you are so intensely passionate about that, but there's nothing else that you have in common, well, there's nothing to distract from that aspect of the friendship. But when you're finished being with your gamer, you maybe need to be in mom mode or whatever, and you've got a friend that fits that. This is why Capricorns sometimes have too many on the go, don't get me wrong, and they don't mean that, it's just they do have them in different places. But Capricorn, if you're in a friendship with a Capricorn, you'll find that the two of you probably have a very, very, very similar outlook, and very much gel on maybe one particular subject, but not them all. So Capricorn, another good friendship, because there's a lot of commonality in it. If we look at Aquarius, if you've got an Aquarius as a friend, what to say? Aquarius, I used to say that they filled all the other signs of the zodiac, and the people that they couldn't put in there, they bunged into Aquarius. Aquarius is, I've never known two the same, because there's always this sense of, the intellect, the thinker, the person that's a wee bit out there in their thoughts. And yes, I know people like that are Aquarius. I've also got a tremendous friend who is just completely bonkers, and as an Aquarius, I can see, the intellect in him, but he would be the one that would have us in stitches and would be the person that literally is the comedian. And I've also got an Aquarius around me who's actually very intense with what she does, and very quiet. So with Aquarius, you never really know what you're going to get, but what they do have to offer in friendship is a lot of knowledge, a lot of opinions, and certainly a lot of deep conversations. They also may take you to a place and look at things that you may never have looked at before. You may find that if you're quite a bookish person, they'll encourage you to look at artworks or fashion. You'll find if you're you're into physical activity, that they might take you to a friendship place where you're going to a concert together. Aquarius are very good at giving us different ways of looking at things, and because of that, friendships can be very, very, very intense. But some Aquarians can be quite distracted, and because of that, friendships can stall, because they'll give a lot to a relationship or a friendship, but eventually their mind goes away off exploring something else, and the friend feels that they've not got the attention. And there's nothing worse than feeling that you don't have your friend's attention. So Aquarius, lovely, lovely friends, but kind of a hard one as well at times. And if we go to the last sign, which is Pisces, they're just bonkers, they're just mad. All Pisceans that I've ever known in my life have had this sort of almost hippy drippy, spiritual, intuitive sign, and they've also been prepared to just do things for the fun of it. They're also very stubborn, and you could find that sometimes they meld you into doing what they want now, but you'll not notice it unless you really think about it. And then by the time it's happened and you've had great fun anyway, you don't care. the aspect of Pisces is that the two fish, one's a very sort of gentle fish, the other one's a bolshy salmon climbing up the salmon ladder. And that side can be quite difficult, particularly if there are arguments, because the Piscean can be very, very stubborn and may not step back from an argument. But all in all, they certainly are a lot of fun, and they certainly have a lot of love to give. So I really like Piscean friendships as well. So I think I've covered everybody. If I haven't, let me know. Yeah, I think I've covered everybody. So what is your star sign, and do you resonate with anything I've said, or do you have a pal that's one of the star signs that you resonate? Oh my God, that's her. Or do you not agree at all? Remember, I used to write an astrology column for the Sunday Sun in England many years ago, for about 2 years. It was a lot of fun. It was really a lot of fun. But I would say I'm more kind of a sun sign astrologer, and I don't go, I know about ascendants and I know about this, that and the next thing, but, I couldn't read your chart or anything now. But it's nice to dip my toe back into it, because I always know things for when I was doing my tarot readings, It's good to have the personality types, etc. And remember, you can be very much your moon sign or your ascendant too, but for this sort of basic little chat come conversation on star signs as friendship, we're not delving very deep, we're just having fun. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do, let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up, and we'll maybe throw in the occasional one. I'll see how this does first, but I really did enjoy it, I must admit. It was quite a bit of fun, just going inside my head and then letting it spill out my mouth. So we'll see what you think of it. But if you like it, as I say, give me a thumbs up, and I would do maybe more on kind of sun sign, moon sign astrology, but nothing too deep. There are far better astrologers out there than me, believe me, there are. Sometimes to be in the media and be an astrologer, you need to know a bit about astrology, and the rest is personality. But if you're looking for a good astrologer, I'd totally recommend David Wells in England. He's amazing. I've always been totally amazed at his predictions with astrology, and also his true understanding of it. So yeah, there's some really good astrologers out there. I'm not one of them, but I just want to have some fun with it. I know enough to have fun and to understand it. But what I'm trying to say is there'll be people that will come back on this, and even they will know far more than I would have ever known, even though I actually was a columnist for a national newspaper for 2 years. But what can I say? They wanted me, they paid, so I did. Anyway, I better go before I dig myself in deeper. Many blessings now. Bye.